Stephanie is the author of a true crime book. She's at a launch event for her latest book when suddenly, one of the real killers from the story shows up. Emily. Emily, who used to be Stephanie's best friend. But when Stephanie finds out that Emily killed her own twin sister, she exposes her secret. Everyone is shocked to see Emily because she's supposed to be in prison. Emily explains that some top-tier lawyers got her out of prison, but she insists she's not here for revenge, and she's just come to invite Stephanie to her wedding.
Recap camp.
At first, everyone thinks it's a joke, but it's not. On her way out, Emily tells Stephanie that if she doesn't come, she'll sue her for illegally using her name and image in the book. Stephanie knows if she gets sued, she'll lose everything, so she has no choice. They're supposed to fly out on a private jet to the wedding location, and Stephanie keeps wondering, who's Emily marrying that has this kind of money? The plane is full of elite guests. Stephanie asks Emily about the groom. Emily says she met him at a bar a few years ago, and they recently reconnected by chance. His name is Dante. Stephanie searches for Dante online, but finds nothing about him. At the airport, Dante is waiting for them and takes them by boat to a private island where he lives. At the hotel, Sean and Nikki are waiting for Emily. Sean is Emily's ex-husband, and due to a court order, he's had to bring their son. He's not exactly friendly with Dante. Stephanie, who runs an online show, starts filming during the wedding, but the bodyguards stop her. Mateo shows up, and he and Emily, along with Dante, try to smooth things over. Mateo is furious. Dante tells him Stephanie is just a guest and didn't know the rules. Gradually, Stephanie realizes Dante and Mateo come from two major rival Mafia families. Dante's mom, Portia, doesn't like Emily and has a little surprise for her. She's invited Emily's mom and aunt to the wedding. Her aunt is Linda, the one Emily hasn't seen since childhood, and her mother, Margaret, who's mentally unstable and doesn't even recognize Emily. Emily hates her for ruining her childhood. Portia is the only one enjoying all the drama. Sean starts trash-talking Emily, and Dante finally loses it and tells him to leave the ceremony. But while Sean is showering in his room, someone sneaks in and injects him with something. He starts bleeding mysteriously, collapses, and dies. No one at the hotel knows what happened. On her way back to her room, Stephanie sees Nikki standing outside her door saying her dad won't answer. Stephanie sends her to find a housekeeper. When they open the door, they discover Sean's body. The detective says nothing suspicious was found and rules it an accident. But Stephanie isn't convinced. She starts digging into medications that can cause internal bleeding. The next morning, Stephanie sees Emily leaving the hotel and decides to follow her, but suddenly realizes she's being followed. She turns the tables and corners the person in a cafe. It's Irene, an FBI agent. Irene shows her a photo of Linda, Emily's aunt, taken on the day of the book reading. Someone else is in the picture too, face hidden, but Stephanie recognizes the tattoo on their hand. It's Emily. Even though Emily claimed she hadn't seen her aunt since she was a child, Stephanie realizes Emily's hiding something. She calls a friend in the police to get info on Linda. When she heads to Emily's room, she sees Linda leaving. Linda tells her Emily's not feeling well and needs to be alone. Back outside, Stephanie sees Dante arguing with Mateo. She gets suspicious. A few hours later, Linda shows up at the wedding ceremony in a bloodstained dress and marries Dante. That night, during the wedding reception, Stephanie realizes Dante is missing. She goes looking for him and hears his voice arguing with someone. She hides behind a wall but can't see who he's talking to. Dante says, "Put the gun down!" But then, gunshots ring out. Dante falls into a stash of fireworks, and the whole thing explodes. Stephanie rushes to get help. The security guards and Mateo quickly arrive. Stephanie says she saw someone shoot Dante. Portia thinks Emily is behind it, but Emily looks just as shocked. Mateo comes back and announces that Dante is dead. Portia accuses Stephanie since she was the only one near the scene. Stephanie goes live on her show, explaining that she's currently under house arrest. The detective shows up and asks her to hand over her phone and passport until the investigation is complete. Emily arrives and asks to talk to Stephanie alone. Stephanie confronts her, saying, "What kind of game are you playing?" Emily starts acting strange. She even kisses Stephanie. Stephanie checks the tattoo on her hand and realizes this woman isn't Emily at all. The woman suddenly pulls out a knife injures herself, and pretends Stephanie attacked her. The police burst in, and the charges against Stephanie get more serious. A few hours later, a hotel maid slips Stephanie a note from Irene. It's an address for a secret meeting, but Stephanie has to escape the hotel first. The maid helps her with a plan. Stephanie hides inside a housekeeping cart. They sneak past the guards, and Stephanie enters Margaret's room. Margaret mistakes Stephanie for someone else. Stephanie asks her about her third child, the one who was supposedly stillborn. Margaret says the baby was supposed to be named Charity, but Linda told her the child was born dead. Margaret had been unconscious and never saw the baby's body. Stephanie suspects Linda stole the third baby. But why? As she tries to leave the hotel, Stephanie spots Portia and her guards. She hides behind the luggage cart and escapes. When Portia enters the room and realizes Stephanie is gone, she immediately orders her arrest. Stephanie gets to the meeting point just in time, but suddenly someone stabs Irene from behind and kills her. In the crowd, Stephanie sees Charity, but before she can act, the police arrest her. Linda visits Margaret and realizes Stephanie had been there and discovered the truth about Charity. Furious, she smothers Margaret with a pillow. Stephanie wakes up in a basement. Portia is there. Stephanie swears she didn't kill Dante. Portia injects her with a truth serum and interrogates her. Stephanie insists she's innocent and suggests the killer might be Emily's third sister, Charity, who is still alive. Portia doesn't believe her and orders her execution before walking away. Just as one of the guards is about to shoot her, the power goes out. When it comes back, Emily bursts in and knocks both guards unconscious. Stephanie asks her to say something only the real Emily would know, and she does. Then they escape together. Emily explains that a few days ago, Linda tried to blackmail her. She had realized that the whole marriage thing with Dante was just to hide the love between Dante and Matteo. But she refused. After Dante's death, Charity shows up and injects her with a drug that causes temporary paralysis. Charity then confesses that she has feelings for her, and from that moment on, she impersonates Emily. Until today, when Charity leaves the room without injecting the drug. Stephanie says it's because she was trying to kill an FBI agent. Charity starts a live stream with Nikki by her side and tells them where to meet her. They go to the location. Linda is also there. The plan is for Charity to take Emily's place and claim Dante's family fortune. Linda says once Charity brings her Stephanie's body, Portia will come around. But for the plan to work, both Emily and Stephanie need to die. Charity, however, doesn't want to kill her sister, grabs the gun, and shoots Linda, sending her tumbling off a cliff. Charity then points the gun at Stephanie, but Emily steps in, talks her down, and takes the gun away. The next day, the news is flooded with headlines saying that Emily confessed to all the crimes. But in reality, the person in custody is Charity. The real Emily is hiding on the island, and the only one who knows the truth is Stephanie. In the end, Portia finds Emily and tells her she knows her secret, but she won't expose her. On one condition, Emily has to work with her, because some jobs only Emily can pull off. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do.